because it's literally what stops people from opportunities, from increase, from elevation. A thought can run across your mind at the speed of light.
Yeah.
It's so quick. And you don't realize you had a thought, but you have a thought. Whatever your situation or your circumstances are, you have a thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
That thought now triggers an emotional response within you. Then based on that emotional response, you take a corresponding action.
Mm-hmm.
If the emotion that you have is fear, whatever you have cultivated over the course of your life as your response to fear, that's what you're going to do.
I see.
So even if you want to do the TEDx, speak on a huge stage, write the book, scale the business, start the business, diversify your income. If the emotion is fear, scarcity, lack, those type of emotions is going to cause you to take an action that corresponds to that emotion.
Hello, New Rich Nation. Welcome to another episode of the New Rich Podcast, the number one podcast for entrepreneurs and creators, where we teach you everything that will help you to be successful with your online business and entrepreneurship, and also in your personal finance. If this is your first time watching, I'm the host, Dr. Uyi Abraham, and here's my co-host,
Dr. Faith Abraham. Welcome back, New Rich Nation.
Awesome. We're excited to have you here today. So, Dr. Faith, how was your week?
My week was fantastic, phenomenal, ferociously busy, but fun. How about yours?
Yeah, my week was very good. We had a great lunch yesterday, which was fun. And being entrepreneurs is so hard sometimes to, create that time.
Yeah.
But there's always something going on. But just kind of being, purposeful now to kind of make it a weekly, lunch and dinner dates, and I think it's very, very good for entrepreneurs, right?
Absolutely. You got to keep it fresh, honey.
That is awesome. So you just came back from your first TEDx.
I did. It was really great. I had a good time. My mom and my aunt came out with me because every subset is different.
Mm-hmm.
So at this one, you could only have 2 guests.
Wow.
So I had my mom and my aunt was there. And they had a good time too. So
that was great. So I was that experience having your mom and your aunt going to attend. Okay, because this TEDx is obviously going to be a closed one. So it wasn't like the one where you just have, it was open to the public. It's just like a closed one. So,
right.
But the video will be on the TEDx page and all of that good stuff. So how was the whole experience for you?
I love the experience. I really enjoyed bringing to light and to a bigger stage some of the work that I've been doing for the past 15 years, and just having that opportunity to share it and know that more people are going to know about it is exciting.
Yeah.
So like when we walked in, and one of the things that people have to know is you have to distinguish between TED and TEDx.
That's good.
So TED is the main stage. That is the place where what they say is that they're all about new ideas and the sharing of new ideas. So you have TED, which is on the main stage, and then you have subsets, which is TEDx. And that can be in various cities. So you have like TEDx A-Leaf, TEDx Buckhead, TEDx Willow Creek, TEDx, so on and so forth. So So, and you have a representative of TED that's hosting the TEDx.
Okay.
So that's how that goes. And if I brought out my laptop, you would see on my digital vision board that I have on my laptops, it's actually in the top right-hand corner. There's TED main stage.
Wow.
And then next to it is TEDx.
Stop playing.
Yes. And, if every time you log into Facebook every day, they'll give you a memory of stuff that you posted that same day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 years back.
Yeah.
And there's a video where I was just like on go about some topic. And when I was done, I literally said, thanks for coming to my TEDx. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. So I had diverted from whatever it was I was talking about, and just kept and was going full speed ahead, stopped, and I said, welcome to my TEDx. Or thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
And that's so important though, because for our New Rich Nation to know, because that was something you spoke into existence pretty much.
Yes, speak
and
those
that's what a lot
things
of people
that be
call
not as though they're
manifesting.
speak
But you
those
spoke
things.
it into you desired it, you spoke it into existence, and you pretty much manifested it, to use the word everybody uses now.
Yes,
right?
but the truth is, I've been using the word manifestation for years because
I just remember you had a song.
Time for manifestation. I recorded a song called that. I also had it. Yes, this is the time for manifestation. Manifestation. So that was
before
the song.
it became a thing that
Before it
everybody's
became
talking
a
about
thing.
now. That's interesting.
Then one of my favorite scriptures is Romans 8:15. The earth is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
Wow.
And we do that by walking in our dominion, authority, and power. So I've been saying this stuff for years.
Wow.
And when you listen to manifestation teachers, a lot of them, their thing is they're basically teaching faith.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of them take God out of the equation, but faith is what you need to bring things to pass.
Yeah.
So even though I wanted to do TEDx and I hadn't done it until this year of 2023, when I would see it on my feed, I wouldn't get jealous. I wouldn't be snarky or be like, I don't care. Da, da, da.
Right.
No, I would literally speak those things. And I believed that I had received it already. So I would say, yes, girl, that's what I'm talking about. We killed that TED stage. You better talk that talk. So I was saying these things like it had already happened, even though it hadn't happened yet.
Wow. That's powerful. Wow. Okay. So you manifested, you spoke the TEDx into existence. Now, so for New Rich Nation that are probably watching, because we always want to give really good value, a lot of value in our podcast, So what are the steps to get, or what's the process to get invited to speak at a TEDx? Can somebody just walk up there and say, hey, I'm a great speaker, I'm ready to speak at TEDx, or do they have to pay for it? Or how's the process? Let's talk about that first. How's the process, from as much as you know, to get invited or to speak at TEDx?
Well, my thing is, I'm going to just speak from my personal frame of reference.
Yeah.
Everyone's may be different. My host was my host.
Okay.
And how he conducted his TEDx may be different from how the next person conducts theirs.
Very good point.
But one of the things that I felt was very necessary was the vetting process. So someone invited me. Okay. So it's an invitation only thing. So someone has to know about you, your work, your idea, whatever it is that you're about and you've been talking about for some time, and want to basically share you with the world. Okay. And invite you to the TEDx.
Okay.
When you get invited, there is a vetting process, and that looks however it looks for each subset. Yeah, for each host. And you go through that. You then, for us, we got a coach, which I was very thankful for.
Really?
I was very thankful for, because TEDx has their own way that they want those ideas to be communicated. And so that coach helps you understand the TEDx way. That's what I just call it, the TEDx way. What's the TEDx way? Help you understand the TEDx way, but also help you to share the idea from a very genuine place within yourself and how you've been experiencing it or doing it for however many years you've been doing it.
Yeah.
So you work with your coach to cultivate it. You can't be up there for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah. And I think they shortened it though. I think you used to be able to talk for longer, but now it's like they like it to be under 14 to 16 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
per talk, right?
Yeah. I know they told us a time, but in my mind, I told myself 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to just get it all out. And if y'all know me, I am very long-winded. I like to talk. Yeah. I own that. my husband is here. He can vouch for that.
Yeah.
So I just told myself, if you can't get it out in 12 minutes, then you don't need to share it.
Wow.
So I put pressure on myself because I work well under pressure.
Okay.
So we worked through that. And I will say I had to put out what I was going to speak on, go back, put it out, go back. So I think I did that 2 or 3 times.
What are you so excited about?
Oh, I just finished my lesson teaching people how to play the ukulele.
What? People actually want to learn how to play that?
Yeah, hundreds and thousands, by the way. Look, they signed up already.
What?
Yeah, all I had to do was record myself playing it and then upload it to my Vonza platform. Now, I have hundreds of people willing to pay me to learn.
So Vonza's teaching people?
No. Vonza is an all-in-one platform that you need to create and sell your online business, products, e-commerce, and it helps you run your entire business online.
Wow, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
But I still don't believe that hundreds of people are going to pay you to teach them to play the ukulele.
Okay, well, when you see the deposit that hits my bank account, don't ask me for $50.
Oh, that reminds me. Can I borrow $50 to, get us dinner?
Yeah, right.
Oh, come on, I was just kidding.
Yeah. Start your business online. Create online courses, digital products, e-commerce, funnels, and more. Start your 14-day free trial today at Vonza.com.
Okay, now let's talk about that process now, right? So what about the topic? Do they give you topic or do you have to come up with your own topic? How does all that process work?
You have to come up with your own topic. And here's the thing. Your topic is going to be something that you talk about, that you love, that has been your experience anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So it should be relatively easy for you. It just may be about how to package it, but your topic is whatever you decide. Of course, your coach is going to say, hey, if you use this phrase or if you say this, that's going to give a red flag. You'll need to provide sources or you need to have a background
Very good.
that coincides with whatever it is that you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? So I was going to, y'all know I talk about the brain all the time.
Yeah, the brain master.
Subconscious. Yes, I'm all about it. But if I talk about it, I had to have a certain background and I had to be able to have all these different facts and stats to back up what I was saying, because they're really big on making sure that whatever you're communicating is not just something you pulled out of thin air or
could mislead people or not be factual, or you don't have the credential to talk about, even though you might have the knowledge.
You have the knowledge, but you don't have the
credentials.
You have to have the credentials. Yeah. Sometimes people minimize certain things like mental health, things like that. And so they don't want anything that's going to feed into minimizing thoughts or theories or people's way of life that is a real thing.
Yeah.
They want you to minimize it. So they're really particular about stuff like that. But other than that, you pick your own topic and you communicate your idea. Your coach is going to go through it, give you pointers, things like that. And one of the things that I felt was really interesting, which actually made me nervous, was when I talk.
You were nervous? Okay.
Can you imagine?
Us about that.
Hey.
Because you've been speaking for about 20 years.
Yes. And I can get on a stage.
Yeah, you can talk about anything.
Anything on the spot. I can pick up, I won't sweat. But I was sweating.
No, you don't sweat. I sweat. I'm a sweat.
You're like TD Jakes with your sweat.
I'm like TD Jakes, yeah.
But I sweat because I'm moving around the stage. I was sweating before I stepped on the stage.
So you were a little nervous then.
I was nervous. But it was mostly because usually when I speak from a very authoritative tone and in a very this is what direct. I know. This is I'm very direct. I don't mince my words, but having to keep in mind the
Yeah.
TEDx way.
Mhm.
That was what, it wasn't that it's the cameras and the lights and I didn't care about that. It was this is your TEDx, but do it the TEDx way. So I was like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to mess myself up. I don't want to put up a red flag. So that's what made me nervous. But the
Wow.
process itself wasn't nerve-wracking at all.
Okay, so a lot of people, some people, they say when they're nervous, they do the nervous boo-boo. Did you have to do that?
I did not. And you know who does that? A famous person, Tony Braxton.
Yeah, I think I heard I say that.
Yes,
And
every
it's a
time.
thing, yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because you know your adrenaline is pumping, it's
Yeah.
going.
And it just makes
Yeah, it'll move your digestive system and it does. Your body doesn't care if you're running from a tiger or you're going on stage.
Yeah.
When it moves, it moves. So she said that right before she hits the stage, and she'll
Yeah.
be, and you know,
She'd be like, I
she's
know this
dressed
different
up.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and with women, we have very intricate and ornate outfits, and she'll be all in it and like, I gotta go to the restroom.
Wow.
Now I gotta go because you don't want to be holding that while you're
Yeah.
performing.
Yeah.
But for me, my nerves usually give me a lot of energy. So people, when they
adrenaline, maybe.
yeah, it's definitely the adrenaline.
Adrenaline,
And when
okay.
people hear me speak or they see me speak, they're like, "Hey, you have a lot of energy."
Yeah.
Babes, that's just the nerves. That's just the nerves. It's just flowing, babe. We just but I learned how to.
I had to walk through it. Okay,
Yes.
let's unpack that for a little bit because
Okay.
I think that will give a lot of value to New Rich Nation
Yeah.
because a lot of people, they are so nervous about speaking.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I heard somebody say one time that for most people, they'd rather die than to speak.
Yes,
So when you say, "Hey, come up from the back and come speak," they like praying to God, say, "God, please just let something hit me right now. Let's thunder storm just hit me inside or make it up there to the stage to speak." So rather just pass out or something that because it's so nervous, you know. So and I think that's a good thing to know too. That even though you're nervous, you know, don't stop. You know, keep push it through. And maybe there's a dynamic or there's a science or there's an art to it. So maybe somebody might get some value out of that too. So what did you do to help you calm your nervousness so that you can still deliver the speech? So maybe I should also say to that, it's not like you were nervous to speak because you speak all the time.
Yeah.
But with just maybe the enormity of the occasion of the stage you're in, and the potential of this being broadcasted all throughout the world. So all of that pressure just kind of just came on you and just kind of made you nervous too. Not like you cannot speak, but that you speak well and you speak the right thing and you don't raise red flag and stuff like that. So what did you do, if any, that maybe will help somebody listening right now so that if they get nervous, they might be able to calm that nervousness and still do what they need to do?
So one of the things that is the best thing to do, and I actually took this from Tony Robbins.
Okay.
And what he says is go to a corner, start jumping up and down. If you don't have like a little trampoline, start. If you see him, he has a little trampoline and he'll start jumping on the trampoline.
Get
Just
his heart rate up.
heart rate up, blood flowing, pumping, and making a good use out of the natural adrenaline that's pumping.
That's good.
But if you don't have a trampoline, just go to the corner, start jumping up and down, and start saying, "I like me. I like me. I like me." And it's a funny thing, right?
Wow, that's powerful.
And it's not, it's like, why would I say I like me? It's just funny. And it's also kind of a mental game that you're playing with yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you are faced with something that's big, fear starts tearing you apart. Like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Why are you here? What are you doing here? Imposter syndrome can set in. And all these things start happening mentally and emotionally that it takes you just out of your zone and out of your genius. But when you start saying, "I like me," it centers you. And then for me, I also add, "I'm just here to serve."
Yeah.
Child, I'm just here to serve. And I'm just shaking it off. I'm just here to serve. And it takes it off of me and puts my focus on the people. So give the people what they need. Give the people the value. Give the people what they can get up and they can go home with and literally use right then and there in that moment.
Wow.
So don't just sit down and be like, be paralyzed and let all that stuff. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Move it around. Let it flow through your body. Let that energy just flow up and down within you so that by the time you get to the stage, your heart is already pumping. the nervousness is already kind of worked out, or at least, it's flowing in a better fluid way than just being stagnant. And then you get on stage, hey, everybody, and your voice is cracking and all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go back to the process, right? So now you're speaking. So what did you give? Can you give a little bit tips or no, not tips now. Give some little information. What did you talk about?
So I spoke about how to use your emotions to create the life you want.
Okay. Yeah. Can you? Yeah, I know it's gonna be on YouTube. Just a little bit.
No, I don't mind sharing it. I just wanted to see what his response was gonna be, so that's why I did that dramatic pause. So yeah, excuse me. I spoke about using your emotions to get the life that you want, because a lot of time, what we don't realize is there is this process called T, which is your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. So the thoughts that you think.
We need to do an episode just on that.
We will.
Yeah.
We absolutely will, because it's literally what stops people from opportunities, from increase, from elevation. A thought can run across your mind at the speed of light. Yeah. It's so quick. And you don't realize you had a thought, but you have a thought. Whatever your situation or your circumstances are, you have a thought about it. That thought now triggers an emotional response within you. Then based on that emotional response, you take a corresponding action. If the emotion that you have is fear, whatever you have cultivated over the course of your life as your response to fear, that's what you're going to do.
I see.
So even if you want to do the TEDx, speak on a huge stage, write the book, scale the business, start the business, diversify your income, if the emotion is fear, scarcity, lack, those type of emotions is going to cause you to take an action that corresponds to that emotion.
Very, very deep.
So you got to change your emotion.
Yeah.
So that you can take an action that will now provide the result in your life that you're looking for. It always comes back to your T. And then in the TEDx, I gave an acronym on how to work through, and this is what I do with my clients all the time, an acronym of how to work through the emotions so that you can take the action you want and get the results you actually desire. Because otherwise you're just going to keep going in cycles. You'll never have what it is that you desire out of life.
So what's the acronym? I love to share that with the New Rich friends, so our New Rich Nation.
I can do that.
Okay.
It's plushie.
Plushie?
Plushie. And I had a plushie on stage with me.
What's a plushie? Okay, I'm hearing this for the first time now. I just in my chair now. I'm ready to. Okay.
I had a plushie.
How do you
like
spell
a teddy
plushie?
bear. Plushie. Plushie.
Okay. All right. So
and
I'm ready for this.
And the reason why we did a plushie is because a plushie usually takes people back to childhood.
Okay.
You have a teddy bear, a little toy, something that you go to bed with because it helps you feel safe. It helps you feel secure. It gives you a peace. So I use the acronym plushie because it's an easy way to get into a place of calmness versus fear, doubt, self-pity, victimization, and all of that.
Wow.
So the acronym is PLUSHY. So P is for pause.
Pause. Okay.
Just pause. You don't have to do anything. Just pause.
Okay.
L is listen. Listen to the emotion.
Okay.
Just listen. What's going on? U is understand. Understand. What is the emotion trying to communicate to you? Because every emotion is just communicating something. PLUS. S is sort. So sort through the emotion. Once you realize this is the emotion I'm feeling, ask yourself, is it the emotion that's going to produce the action I want? H is hash it out. If it's not the emotion that you need, what emotion do you need?
Wow.
Then Y is yes. Now that you have the emotion you need, say yes to the thing. Say yes to the opportunity. Say yes to, And you just keep doing that. And you just plushie. And if you have to, listen, I ain't going to tell nobody. If you go and buy a plushie, okay, and that's your emotion plushie. And you use that acronym to help you work through your stuff, because we all have stuff. We just wear it differently. We all have stuff. It just shows up and manifests itself in each of us in a different way. But if you can, actually statistics prove that people who have a higher EQ, emotional intelligence, are more successful than people who have a high IQ, intellectual intelligence.
Okay, now, all right. So now you see
why I had to give myself a 12-minute time limit on the thing?
You're going deep now. You go in. Okay, because we gotta do episodes on tea and plushie where we can really drive it in, you know?
Because entrepreneurs don't realize that that's what's holding them back from hiring someone in their business.
Yeah.
That's what's holding them back from setting a big, lofty goal.
Yeah.
That's what's holding them back from, literally just putting themselves out there and being featured on podcasts and going and networking. It's an emotional response. It's an emotional response to a thought that they're thinking.
Okay. That was amazing. So we have to do an episode on that. But now let's talk about, so what was your overall experience of speaking in your first TEDx?
My overall experience was I was blown away.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was challenging, and I love a challenge.
Yeah.
It challenged me. I feel like I grew from that experience. It's just a little extra here. We had 2 takes. You had to get it down in 2 takes.
Wow.
Hey, oh my God. Like the first one, it was like, okay. And I was like, nah, we doing it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. He said, oh, that's okay. Let's check the footage. He was like, well, you're, because I had my jewelry on. I had a mic and everything. It was in the mic. I said, good, no problem. Do it again. You know how I knew that second one was good? I felt it. Okay. I felt it. But when my mom got up and did her evil dance, hey, I was like, done. It's a wrap. I knew it was good. So, but I had to get in that second take. So
that's good.
But just the overall experience was phenomenal. And I would definitely do it again because I loved it. And like I said, I love challenges. So, and I just want to share how we can really go beyond where we see ourselves currently. Like our future self is waiting. Yeah. And it's just a couple of tweaks.
Wow. This is so amazing. And this has been a great episode on you speaking at your first TEDx. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you,
And I missed you when you were out. And I had to be the designated babysitter, driver, cook, chef, everything in between.
Volleyball dad, soccer dad. Yes.
Everything in between. And it's quite an experience. But I was really happy for you. I'm always excited when you're winning and you're living your dreams and you're doing great things.
Thank you.
It's so fulfilling, you know.
And you've always been like that. So I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
From the time we first got married, I released my self-published book first before you did. And it wasn't a competition. It was just like, get it out there, babe. Do it. Publish it.
Wow. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So let's wrap up this episode now. So that's your camera, of course, as you know. So tell maybe somebody out there, they click on this video because they want to learn, they want to speak at TEDx. So what kind of advice or what kind of tip will you give that person to maybe help them to better position, not only to get it, but also to deliver or over-deliver?
It's all about your emotion. Just check your emotions at the door and own it. If it's fear, if it's trepidation, whatever it is, just own it and know that your future self would say yes. So say yes and kill it.
Awesome. Okay, New Rich Nation, we are excited about this show. So we hope that you get, your TEDx and your TED conferences, all these other good things to happen to you. If you like this episode, please don't keep it to yourself. Like, comment, share with other people that will get value from it as well. Until next time, I'm Uyi Abraham and
I'm Faith Abraham, and we'll see you in the next episode. New Rich Nation.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.